Today here at the Costa Group, we have Jackie Thomas, and she is from Remax Rec. Welcome to our office, Jackie.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I was fortunate enough to meet Jackie actually not too long ago. How long has it been? Maybe
A few months.
probably
Just before Christmas.
just
I
before
think.
Christmas,
Yeah.
right? I met you through social media, which is great. Thank God for social media, because Jackie's truly a beautiful person, inside and out. So how long have you been a realtor?
Well, I joined the resale market in 2017, but before that,
Yeah.
I was doing new home sales for 3 or 4 years.
Okay. And how do you like that?
I love new homes.
Do you?
Yeah. I mean, I think I love all of real estate if
Yeah.
I were to really generalize it, but to get specific, new homes, and I like those old century homes that have so much character.
Yeah, that they don't make
So-
anymore.
Yes, that they don't make anymore. Yeah.
Right? I find that those type of homes were just even built differently. Like I'm always, now you can build a home in 3 days, seems like it.
Not quite, but
I'll
close.
drive by a property and like the foundation, then 2 days later it's already framed, and then I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, and that does happen with some builds, right? Some builds go up pretty quick.
Yeah. So you're from Brant County, is that correct?
Yes, so originally from Kitchener-Waterloo.
Yep.
And then my husband and I, we built and we moved out to a little town in Brant County.
Nice.
And we have some acreage there and like in the country life more
Yeah,
so.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So are most of your clients in that area, or do you, go Hamilton, Kitchener, Paris? Like what are your areas? You just cover?
Just cover it all.
She covers
Just
it
do
all.
everything. No. So Kitchener-Waterloo, definitely.
Yep.
And then Woodstock and Brantford. It's sort of a triangle. So all the little small towns in there. I do most of my work would probably be Oxford County and Brant County. But I do some work in Kitchener-Waterloo as well. That's where the office is, my brokerage is, and that's where I grew up. So it's kind of nice growing up in one community because you know that community so well.
Yeah, for sure.
And then when you move into another community, you get the inside understanding of the other community, which is great. So I really feel confident in all three of those cities and then all the little small towns in between.
Yeah. So I find, we all love the stress test, right?
Define love.
So with the stress test, a lot of, you pre-qualify these borrowers, and because of the stress test, you tell them they can only afford, say, $350. I always tell people, maybe you should look outside of where you want to live. Maybe go in towards Brantford or that area, because I find that the homes, going that way, seem to be a lot more affordable than, say, Hamilton. The Hamilton area, like now I find Hamilton, Stony Creek, townhomes seem to be $500,000. And, these first-time home buyers, telling them that they can only afford that price point, they don't want to live in, say, a certain area of Hamilton where you can afford that. And then we have our issue with lenders wanting to finance that property because there's certain pockets of Hamilton that the lender won't even lend on. So do you find that, am I correct in saying that going, towards Brantford area that you can get more money, like a bigger home for less?
Yeah, I think that's definitely still true. I think people are having to go a little bit further down the 401 now.
Okay.
So Brantford, those prices are starting to come up a little bit. Then we hit into Woodstock, and those prices are coming up a little bit. And then we can go into Ingersoll and so on, and down to Windsor, right? But it's most certainly, if you're looking at a Hamilton property or a GTA property, you can get so much more value when you start coming into even KW. But those prices are increasing too. But you keep going down the 401 towards Brantford, and you keep going to Woodstock and so on and further, and you're going to get more value 100%.
Yeah. So I know I see you all over social media with all these Woodstock townhomes. Talk to me about that.
So we have 30 brand new build townhomes going up in Woodstock right now, and they're starting at $385, and they're 1,500 square feet, which is just incredible. You know, all the work and every time I look online and I look at MLS and I look at our back end system and look for townhomes that are 1,500 square feet, you can't get anything for $385. No. Nothing that I've seen. I mean, you can get some stacked homes and you can get some, 900 square feet, 1,000, that sort of thing in that range. But these are quite large townhomes for that price, and that's in Woodstock. And Woodstock's really not that far.
It's not.
From Kitchener-Waterloo, from Hamilton, from Brantford. It's an easy commute. Yeah. A lot of investors are attracted to the project.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's exciting, and I still think Woodstock's coming. There's a lot of industry. I was just talking to the developer the other day, and he was saying, a lot of the industrial land is being purchased now in Woodstock as well. So they're moving down from the GTA, just like residential did. Industry's starting to come down there more and more now too, which is great. So it'll only lead to higher residential sale prices.
Well, the thing is, you can't lose on a new build, right?
No.
Like, you're always going to make money on a new build, and I love the smell of new build homes.
I love the smell of sawdust when they're cutting the
yeah,
wood.
That's what I'm saying. I do.
I love that smell.
I do. So people are like, what?
I know, but you have to experience it. If you don't love the smell of sawdust, then
that's it.
Can't work with you. No, just kidding.
New builds aren't for you.
Yeah.
So the people that are buying, like, do you always make sure that your clients are pre-approved? Are you one of those agents that, don't ask that question? Do you just put an offer? Like, how does that work? Because we have agents that, we don't know that, we don't have relationships with, and they're just a referral from somebody else. And, I find that over and over, they're sending us an accepted offer, and then I have to deliver the bad news where, sorry, you can't afford this. I know we're magicians, but we have to be realistic too. Do you make sure that your clients are pre-approved?
Yeah, it's an extremely strong guided recommendation every single time I meet with somebody. Because as you said, maybe sometimes they can't afford it, and it just leads to heartbreak. It really does. These people go in, they fall in love with the house, they put in an offer conditional on financing, and then it falls through. And that's something that could be prevented. Sometimes things like if you put in a condition for home inspection, you find something you would never have known, it couldn't have been prevented, but your financing can be. So you want to make sure that you know how long of a condition you need. And it also makes it a lot easier for sellers to accept your offer if you're pre-approved. I know they have to go and they have to get final approval for the house, but having a pre-approval in writing, and even if you put in that financing condition, I've been on the other end of the sellers, and if that buyer comes in and that agent says we have a pre-approval, it's in writing. We have the financing condition in just to protect the buyer a little bit more. My sellers say, okay, and they want to go with the one that has the pre-approval. So I think it helps the buyer. It also helps the seller, right? Feel more confident in the buyer's offer.
Yeah.
So 100%.
Yeah, and then, here we always do like a full pre-approval. What I mean by that is, we actually pull the client's credit, obviously with their consent, but because you can't just, tell a client, okay, tell me all of your debts. You'd be surprised on how many people don't disclose a lot of their liabilities, and that can break the whole application, right? So we always ensure that we do a full pre-approval, pull the client's credit, make sure, and then we send it into our lenders that actually review, like they take a look at their credit bureau as well. So I know pre-approvals are 100% guaranteed, but they are certainly, the right step forward, because it's our job as, a realtor, as a mortgage agent, broker, to guide, especially first-time home buyers who absolutely have no idea. They're just Googling everything on the internet. We're the ones who should be guiding them the right, taking the right steps, right?
Well, and that's the best thing about finding a mortgage agent that you completely trust, like yourselves here at the Costa Group, because you know what you're doing. Yeah. And that's important. We can send them to whoever we want, or they can go see whoever they want. But if that mortgage agent doesn't know what they're doing, it just creates problems. So for me, when I work with somebody, I mean, they become my family. Yeah. I feel like sometimes like a mama bear. I want to make sure that everything's good for them, and the people that I'm referring have to be able to provide the same level of quality and the same level of caring and trust to these people that I am. But it's true, right? So to find somebody that's qualified and that has the heart that you can put into things, I think that's what sets people apart. That's what sets real estate agents apart from each other. It's what sets mortgage brokers apart from each other, is the heart and the caring that you put into every single one of your clients.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I saw from you when I first, connected with you. There, there's so many agents, but to find that handful of, quality people, caring people, that mimic your type of the way you work in the industry, it's not easy to find those people. So when you do, it's like you grab onto them.
Yes,
and never let them go. Exactly. So any tips for first-time home buyers, someone starting in the industry? Like, what are your...
Yeah, so what I've seen is, first of all, you definitely want to get pre-approved. That's number one. Before you even find a real estate agent, get pre-approved.
See, before you see a real estate agent, you should get pre-approved.
Mm-hmm.
I am a true believer of that.
Yeah, it's really important. I mean, and it gives the agent then a scope, and you guys can start on a solid foundation, right? You and the real estate agent. So that's really important, pre-approval. The second thing is to have fun and know that if the first house you put an offer in, you don't get that house, that's okay, because there's something even better coming still. And that happens more than you'd maybe like. You work and you're all excited about this first offer you put in, and then wow, right, you don't get it, and you're heartbroken, and everyone's heartbroken, and there's tears, and then 3 days later you say, I'm not looking for a house anymore. 3 days later something comes on the market, your agent calls you, you put an offer in, and you get it. And it's better than that first house
the best feeling, right?
ever could have been, right? So just stay positive, because there's always something out there for you. You just have to, sometimes put in the time and put in the effort. The other thing is, and not just because I'm an agent, but you work with a real estate agent. Work with someone who makes you feel good, who you trust, who knows your market, because I've been in there where I had a listing and we had, it's crazy, like 28 people through in 2 days. The people that had a real estate agent had a chance at that house. There was 5 offers in on it, and everyone who didn't have an agent, they got notified, right, that offers were coming in, but they didn't really even have a clue where to start or how to go about it. And I've worked with people before, and because they had an agent, they got the house, because agents, it's our business, right? It's what we do. It's what we know. Yeah. And then we can make sure things are set in place, that it's boom, 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 and give you the very best opportunity to be successful on the purchase of the house that you want. Yeah.
How do you feel the market is going to be this year in comparison to last year? Do you think it's going to be the same? What are your thoughts on that?
I think we are in for a very busy spring. I think that the inventory is still very low, meaning like in January, one of the houses I sold saw multiples on it in Woodstock. So it's still happening. There's still a demand for these houses in the area that I'm working in anyways. So we do see that. So I do think, although, with all the freezing rain and that sort of thing has kept people inside, the minute that weather turns nice, I know a lot of people wait till the spring too to put their house on the market or to start looking. I have mixed feelings about that. I understand why people do that, but at the same time, I think a winter listing is very powerful, right, as well, because there's just not a lot of inventory out there. But no, I think that we're going to have a busy spring. I really do.
Interesting. Why do I keep looking at you?
Do you think? Well, I just didn't know one else say that. Do all the other agents say that it's not going to be busy?
No.
Because if they are, I better change my answer.
No. It's what you feel, right?
I know, but if you're going to release all these and they're like, no, it's dead. And then this one agent says, it's going to be so busy.
You have to understand that you have, like, you're dealing with a different area than someone say from the GTA.
Oh yeah, GTA is a total different ballgame.
Right? So, different prices are different, price points, you find crap for $1 million.
But you're right. It's a completely different.
Yeah, like I
ballgame
find
in
it
the GTA.
difficult for, can an agent that, serves the GTA, their whole career be able to sell a home in Woodstock?
I think they can. I think you can really sell a home anywhere you want to. It just kind of depends on your buyer. That being said, what's really great is that with working with a brokerage like Remax Real Estate Centre, it's fairly large. So what that means is that we have a brokerage in Brampton and Mississauga, and they maybe will call me and say, hey, Jackie, I've got these buyers looking in Woodstock, or I've got a listing coming up in Woodstock. Would you work with me on it?
Oh, okay.
Right? So there's a big cohesiveness between realtors, which you don't get an opportunity. General public doesn't get an opportunity to see
not
that
at all.
much.
No.
That everyone's out for themselves, and it's a dog eat dog world. And I think it can be like that if that's kind of your personality. But there's also this beautiful aspect of real estate where there's this cohesiveness and people working together to bring the very best that they can bring for their clients. And if that means pairing up with someone that's in that area, then that's what that means. And most agents are really happy to work with somebody like that.
Yeah. See, I love that. I love that you guys would collaborate and you guys work as a team rather than your competition.
Right.
Right?
Well, because at the end of the day, what matters is your client.
Exactly.
Right?
See, this is why I love her.
Yeah.
It's all about the client.
Yeah.
And that's us. That's how we are at the Costa Group. It's all about the client.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to work with agents who have the same ethics. And that 100% is Jackie Thomas. So anyone looking to buy or sell, please contact Jackie Thomas. She is, again, 100% the real deal. And she is Costa Group approved. We love you, Jackie.
Oh, thank you. We love you too.